Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Now in today's episode, we're going to be talking all about transformation packs, a topic we haven't touched on this channel in a little while. I'm sure you guys know what these are. These are essentially a collection of programs and themes to change the look and feel of your Windows user interface. We've taken a look at Windows XP themes before on this channel, most recently the Nintendo Windows XP themes, the window blind skins that definitely do a lot. I mean, they really transform the user interface, but a lot of these transformation packs will include programs to further change the look and feel of the user interface and specific programs as well. And you can probably tell from the title, we're taking a look at a macOS 10 transformation pack today, the third one so far on this channel. Back in 2019, we took a look at a Windows 10 transformation pack, or a macOS 10 transformation pack for Windows 10, and back in 2017, we took a look at Fly a Kite OS 10, which to this day is one of my favorites, if not my most favorite Windows XP transformation pack out there, because of how detailed that it is. Today though, we're going to be talking about WinOS 10, which is a transformation pack that was sent to me by, I believe, a couple of you guys out there. And this is yet another Windows XP transformation pack that completely changes the look and feel of the operating system. And there are some notable differences between this one and Fly a Kite OS 10, and we're going to be talking about those in this video. So I'll have the link down below if you want to go check this out. It's over at WinOS10.com, and this is the website right here, though it has not been updated since Sunday, May 21st, 2006, when development was officially halted. Now, this is not the original website, because if we scroll down here to the very bottom of the page, the first post is from March 11th, 2005, and it says right here, new website. So there was a website before this, but luckily, even though this hasn't been updated in over a decade, the website is still up and you can still download the latest version by clicking on download right here. Now this is a French program, and that is indicated by the fact that French is the default language on the site. So this is the root directory of the site, just at WinOS10.com, and to get the English version you have to click on this link right here, and then it adds a /en to the web address up here, and now you're on the English version of the site. Now the download page here was actually last updated in November of 2010. And it says right here, WinOS 10 is no longer under active development, and the latest version is quite old. Some components may not work on a recent system. Use at your own risk. So this version is 2.1, and it's only compatible with Windows XP, though it may be fun to try this out on Windows Vista or Windows 7 just to see how it behaves, but my guess is it would not be fully functional. So we're going to minimize MyPal here, and before we can install the transformation pack itself, we need to install the UX theme multi-patcher, at least on Windows XP Service Pack 3, which is what I am running here. Now I tried to install this on Windows XP Service Pack 2, and it allowed me to install it without having the UX theme multi-patcher installed. Now this is likely because Service Pack 2 predates the release date of this pack right here. Version 2.1 was released on November 5th, 2005. I believe Service Pack 2 came out in 2004. Service Pack 3 came out in 2007, meaning that, you know, there are going to be newer versions of system files that it has to modify. So that could very well be why it needs the UX theme multi-patcher on Service Pack 3, but not on Service Pack 2. Regardless, we're using Service Pack 3, so let's go ahead and run the UX theme multi-patcher. So this is, of course, the version from Windows X Live, and it comes up with this very, huge window here. And we're going to uncheck this box down here and click on patch. So we're running the UX theme multi-patcher right now, and it's just finished up. UX theme multi-patcher has successfully applied memory patching to the theme engine. Now you can use third-party visual styles. Okay, now this is a program that if you've ever messed around with custom visual styles on Windows XP without using a program like Window Blinds, this is a program that you will be very, very familiar with. So we're going to run the executable right here, and you can see it says French in the title. It says French in the title, but we can, or in the program name rather, but we can launch it here and select English. So you can see right off the bat we have a macOS 10 icon over here, and as we go through the setup process, you'll begin to see some of the new theme modifications that this pack is going to do to the system. So we click on next here, agree to the terms of the license agreement, and this is the README file right here if you wanted to read through that. We'll click on next and check this out. We have some Aqua style checkboxes here, and this allows you to choose all the components that you want to install. If you did not want to install, say, Object Dock, which is the program it uses for the dock interface at the bottom, you could uncheck that and it will not install. So we're just going to get everything here, and we're going to install it to the default program directory. So there we go. Now, something that I found interesting is Windows XP during this installation process will come up with Windows file protection errors, which is a component of the operating system that if any core system files were to be modified, Windows XP will detect those and then give you the option to put in your Windows XP CD to restore the original version of the file. But I've not seen this happen with a transformation pack install before. This typically happens like if a virus tries to modify like a core system file, Windows will usually catch it. Yeah, so here's the message right here. Files that are required for Windows to run properly have been replaced by unrecognized versions, and it tells us to insert your Windows XP Professional CD-ROM. We click on more information and possible reasons for this problem. You've inserted the wrong CD-ROM. This is just if it's not working here. But yeah, it is modifying system files in the background right here. But we just have to click on cancel here because we don't want to restore the original ones, obviously. So we're going to say yes, and it will do this a couple of times. So it just did it for a second time there. It should do it for a third time here as it's going through these DLL files. There we go. So we'll click cancel and yes. So you're going to have to do that every time you install this. Even on Service Pack 2, it does the same thing because it is modifying a lot of files here. I mean, you see regedit, a lot of shell32.dll. It modified some CPL files, DLLs, EXEs, and here it is for a fourth time. We're going to click on cancel and yes once again a fifth time, and we're about 75% done here, I would estimate by the progress bar. A sixth time. Now, this is something that happens on Service Pack 3, but does not happen on Service Pack 2. This is what I was mentioning earlier, where the file uxtheme.dll has an unknown version number. WinOS 10 cannot patch this file. Now, again, on Service Pack 2, this does not happen. But if you have the UX theme patcher installed on Service Pack 3, you can just disregard that because you'll see after we reboot that the theme will apply properly. And you can see the theme has already started to apply because here is the new login screen background. So it's restarting right now, and here's the new boot screen, which is just a static image. I don't believe there's any animation here. So, and this is, I believe FlyKite OS 10 does the same thing. And we're going to get to the login screen. You see we got the new cursor, and oh, is it not gonna... Here we go with things going wrong on video. So when I did this off camera, before I even started recording, when I was testing stuff out, when it restarted, it applied the theme automatically. It looks like it's not doing that, and I guarantee you if we go in here and try to apply WinOS 10, okay, maybe it will apply. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Okay, it worked. So it's supposed to do that automatically. It does on Service Pack 2, and it did on Service Pack 3 when I did it off camera. For whatever reason, this time it didn't. But this is the new theme, which you can see is a very Aqua-esque theme. Here's what your tabs look like. You've got your scroll bars, drop-down menus, buttons. It looks very, very Aqua-esque. So you can see that this is going to be one of those themes that makes the start menu and the taskbar kind of function like the menu bar on macOS 10. So you're going to have to unlock the taskbar and drag it up to the top of the screen. And you can see now that looks much better. You even have those curves on the top edges here. Now the dock here is pretty much a one-to-one recreation of the macOS 10 dock on like macOS 10.3, 10.4. This is obviously utilizing Object Dock. You saw that before in the setup, and if we right-click on it here, you can see if you were curious of the specific version. And it has been themed with a macOS 10 theme here that looks, again, very, very close, almost identical, if not completely identical. We got the same icons. Now, FlyKite OS 10 used the Internet Explorer, the macOS Internet Explorer icon for Internet Explorer. WinOS 10 replaces that with the Safari icon, but this will open up IE. Flyguide OS 10 also used the Windows Media Player icon from Mac OS 10 because there was a version of Windows Media Player for Mac OS 10. It utilized that icon for Windows Media Player. We don't even have Windows Media Player down here, and this iTunes icon will open up iTunes if you have it installed, which we don't, so it's not going to do anything. An object dock is also utilized in Flyguide OS 10, along with a program called Wise Shadow. So Wise Shadow is what gives the Windows this shadow effect here. So if we open up, for example, MyPal, you'll see that it has this nice shadow effect kind of around it. It's a very faint, shadow there at the bottom, but that is what Wise Shadow is doing. In fact, I believe this is it running right here. Yes, so it is running. It's got this icon in the system tray. If we were to quit out of that, you'll see that now there won't be a shadow on this window at all. So that is what Wise Shadow is doing, and that is again a program shared between these two transformation packs. Some of the differences: WinOS 10, you have larger icons by default. We can just move them over here to make it look more, like Mac OS 10. We could also create a new shortcut on the desktop to open up the C drive, and we can call this Macintosh HD. And there we go. That's always up here, though it's not this close to the menu bar, so we'd probably have to go to arrange icons. Why we don't want to align to grid, just move it down here a little bit, and we can maybe dump all this stuff into here. Maybe have MyPal. Actually, we're going to move MyPal. I'm going to change where this points to, so we can do that as well. That is something that Object Dock allows you to do. So we're going to keep the same icon, but we're going to go into Local Disk C, Program Files, MyPal, and select mypal.exe, and click OK. And now we can get rid of this icon, or just dump it in the Files folder. And now when we launch quote-unquote Safari, you can see it opens up MyPal. Very, very nice. One of the other differences is the program used for system preferences. So system preferences here, when you open it up, you might think it's just going to open up Control Panel, but it actually opens up a macOS system preferences style interface. Now, Flyguide OS 10 utilizes Tiger System Preferences, which is an almost one-to-one recreation of the System Preferences program in Mac OS 10 Tiger. WinOS 10 utilizes a program called sysprefs, which is just short for System Preferences, which does not actually show up in the All Programs folder here. And this actually looks like an even earlier version of Mac OS 10, at least trying to mimic that System Preferences application. Now, you don't have any of those animations that you have in Mac OS 10 when you click on these icons, and this does not replace Control Panel. That is still here, but this gives you essentially a new launching point to open up all these Control Panel applets. So if I click on Dock here, this doesn't do anything actually. This is not, so this is one of the things that this is, here for show. Desktop and Screensaver will open up display properties, and you see we have one of the Mac OS 10 screensavers as well. This one is called Flurry. Yeah, here it is. So this is, this is not the same exact screensaver. I mean, this is a Windows screensaver, but whoever created it, took inspiration from the Mac OS 10 version of the screensaver. So yeah, that's display properties. Security will open up system configuration, which is not really the, not really what you would want to get when you're clicking security, but that's what it does, likely because there was nothing else. I mean, they could have opened up like a firewall or something, but there probably is, like internet might do that. Now this opens up internet properties. Network maybe? Okay, network opens up my computer. We'll touch on why that is in a moment. Appearance opens up display properties as well. Expose opens up display properties. International opens up regional language options. Okay, that fits. My account opens up the user accounts panel. So that's cool. But yeah, that's basically what this does. So all of these, and you can see startup just opens up boot.ini. Software update opens up add or remove programs. If this opened up Windows Update, that would fit a lot better. But yeah, there you go. Okay, Classic opens up System Preferences, or sysprefs. This is the folder for the System Preferences. That's interesting. Yeah, this is literally the, this is the file folder for this System Preferences program. And you can see here, so this was released on June 7th, 2003, or July 6th, 2003, depending on how this date is written. You can customize some items like, okay, so you can customize things. Now, what's the deal with this interface right here? Well, this is not a replacement for Windows Explorer. It is a kind of a supplement to it. So this is called Nexplorer, and we go to the start menu here and go into all programs, and WinOS 10, and I believe it's under, Finder. Nexplorer, this is it right here. So this is essentially another interface that is supposed to mimic the macOS 10 Finder that allows you to browse your system files. Same layout, you got your search box over here. So if we go into local disk C here, let's say I want to do a search for M, which is my user folder. There we go. So now it goes and searches for everything with the letter M in it, which is a lot of files. So the search interface works. From what I've experienced with testing this off camera, there are a couple of bugs or issues with this program. And one of them is when you try to open up Control Panel, even from the start menu, it opens up Nexplorer. But Control Panel utilizes Windows Explorer, so that's why when you open it up, it's opening up Nexplorer, because this program just appears to whenever something, whenever a program opens up an Explorer window, it opens up Nexplorer instead when this is running. Now there are some modifications you can make to this program, so we can go into WinOS 10 Finder and we can unassociate Nexplorer of folders. So now we've got it disabled essentially. So now Control Panel will actually open up Control Panel. And here's what WinVer looks like, by the way. So it gets that like pinstriping effect on the background there, though it is off-centered, which is kind of bothering me a little bit. But yeah, the macOS 10 branding is off-centered. Version 10.2. Now that was not the latest version of macOS 10 when this specific pack was released, but I assume that Jaguar was when this started development, and they just kept that same image in here and kind of kept that same look throughout the system. Now we do have, like, for example, Spotlight search was not a thing until 10.4. We have that icon up here, but it doesn't do anything, it's just for show. One of the other things, if we open up Outlook Express here, which has the mail icon in the dock, it is branded as, you could probably see for a split second there, but if we close out of this and go to Help and About, it's branded as iMail. But this is just Outlook Express, though this is branded with a very Apple style. Though this image here, like, you can clearly see the white background there. Yeah, it's not really the greatest, but you got the Apple, though that has the white background around it as well. So you can see that the, yeah, they did not crop that out. The theme, I think, is very nice. It really gives that aqua look to the system, and that is applied system-wide. Obviously, you've got the traffic light window controls over here, and when you hover over them, you've got the X, maximize and minimize. And when you minimize things, it will minimize to the taskbar, but you can also get to it from the dock. Now, I think you can change this. If we go to dock settings, I believe there is a way. I know for sure there is in Rocket Dock, but I'm certain that Object Dock has to have the same thing. You have represent minimized windows by their screenshot. I'm going to take a guess that this specific version of Object Dock from 2004, likely according to that copyright date there, this probably did not have the functionality to minimize windows to the dock, but I know that future versions of Object Dock did. There's also an address book program, which when you launch this here, it gives you this disclaimer that says the software is not supported by Apple Computer Incorporated, so please don't contact them about bugs report. So we'll accept. And yeah, this is kind of similar to Nexplorer, because it gives a very macOS 10 Finder-like look to the address book program here. So we can go through here and maybe right click. I guess you got to click the plus button down here. So we'll add a new contact. And yeah, so there you go. We can click on the check mark down here. MJD Michael, because it's sorting by last name first. And yeah, so I wonder if this, like, if we were to open up address book right here. Yeah, so this is the standard Windows XP address book. Looks like it is not in here. You got nothing in here. So the changes you make in this address book program will not take effect in the standard Windows address book. I wonder if you make a new contact in here. So we got a new contact there. And yeah, so this is basically just like a completely separate address book program that does not make any modifications to the system's default address book. So we'll close out of that. Now, if you're somebody who uses Internet Explorer for some reason, you will experience a slight issue when you open it up for the first time after installing this pack, because you see it kind of takes the form of like an embedded web page right here. There's no address bar, no nothing, but you have to go into the view menu here and go to toolbars and re-enable the address bar. For some reason it gets disabled, so we can enable the standard buttons, the links. We can customize it, do all this if you want to. But yeah, so it does change Internet Explorer's design as well. You've got the pinstriping in the background. You've got new icons all across the board here. We go to Help and About. You have the same exact About window, but, it's got that Aqua... the Aqua scroll bar and the Aqua button right here. This section of the dock is used for open windows. So if I open up Address Book, that will show up here. If I open up iChat AV, which is supposed to open up MSN Messenger, for some reason it can't find it though, even though that is installed. I guess the file path is incorrect. But yeah, we open up Outlook Express, that'll show up here, even with the same icon. Now you can, I believe you can disable this. Oh yeah, dock taskbar, this is it right here. So if you uncheck this, it will disable the, icons from showing up here, which is more, this is more of a macOS 10 look. Like macOS 10 does not have a taskbar in the dock. Like the running programs are indicated by, you see this little arrow icon here. That's how macOS 10 indicates when a program is running. Though when you minimize a window, though I guess when you have, yeah, so when you have the taskbar in the dock disabled, Windows will no longer minimize to the dock. So I guess you're gonna have to keep that enabled if you want to be able to access Windows from here. But oh yeah, does trash open up recycle bin? Yes, it does. But anyway, like I was saying in IE, you're going to have to re-enable all these toolbars at first. It kind of threw me off when I first opened this up. I was like, where is everything? And I thought it was an issue with Nextplorer, which in fact, I'm curious now because I noticed this right-click context menu option, associate with Nextplorer. So let's reassociate. It's under Finder here. Associate Nextplorer to folders. So now when we open up Control Panel, this will open up Nextplorer, but can we deassociate this? Unassociate from Nextplorer. Nextplorer is now unassociated of folders on every Windows session, but is it every folder? Like if I go to my computer here, it is. So, okay, so you don't have to go, like, I thought this was just for Control Panel here, but no, it's for Windows Explorer entirely. So that just essentially does the same thing as going into here, going into Finder, and clicking this here. But yeah, there you have it, guys. This has been a look at WinOS 10, a very interesting macOS 10 transformation pack for Windows XP. For me personally, I prefer FlyKiteOS 10. I think that does a much better job at transforming the look and feel of Windows XP. You don't have to worry about Nextplorer, though you don't really get a Windows Explorer Finder replacement like you do here. I mean, Nextplorer is a pretty unique program, but you don't have to, the downside of using it is if you have it enabled, when you open up Control Panel and when you open up Calendar, it's not going to open up Control Panel or Calendar. You're going to get Nextplorer here. So that is, though you can just disable that if you want to, and you saw how, like if I unassociate here, you saw how a Windows Explorer window looks. If we go to my computer here, this is how a standard Windows Explorer window looks with this theme applied. But yeah, I just think that FlyKiteOS 10 does a much better job. But hey, if you prefer WinOS 10, again, I'll have the link down below. You can go and check it out. And hey, it's free, though it is super out of date. But if you're using Windows XP, it's likely not for a main system that you're using. I would certainly not recommend that at all because XP is also out of date. It's been out of support since 2014. But yeah, there you have it, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Be sure to get subscribed down below and turn on those channel notifications if you haven't already to get notified whenever I upload a new video, which I do multiple times every single week on this channel. And as always, I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.